card.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a free 24-hour TV live talk show. Welcome to our today's episode. I hope all of you are doing well from wherever you are. And I take this opportunity to welcome all of you on board for this wonderful discussion. I want us to have some candid discussion on what is happening in our country. Top of the stories, we are looking at Raila Odinga's bid for African Union Commission chairmanship. You'll find that Raila's bid is gaining momentum as it seems almost all the leaders from different divides are agreeing with his intention to contest for the
Leo, you've hung up. It's like Leo has hung up. Nikama is on mute. Leo, we can't hear you at all. At all. Leo, we cannot hear you. But I think what is happening is that Leo, from Leo's intro, I can see the African Union position is vacant, and none other than Raila Amolo Odinga is the one that is going to vie from Kenya. I am not aware of other candidates from other regions, but Kenyans are united and are going to rally behind one of their own. So this informs our discussion today that Raila Odinga once again is making the headlines for the right reasons and representing Africa uh, and representing Kenya in Africa. The president's party, UDA, has said that they are going to support Raila Odinga for his bid as the AU chairman, commission chairman. I think this is a good venture for one Raila Odinga, having been in local politics and international politics for quite some time. I feel that it is time for Raila to chart another course in his political career. Remember, Raila is known as the Enigma. He has got so many friends in across Africa, so it's going to be very easy for him. But I would like to see the other candidates who are also looking into this particular position. With me tonight is Boniface Kimanzi. Boniface, please introduce yourself to the public.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Nick, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Boniface Kimanzi. I'm a radio presenter, TV presenter, and also generally I'm a journalist. You know, as
All
a
right.
journalist, you are diverse in any environment you can feature in.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kimanzi. I can see Goodia telling us that Morocco and Algeria had put their candidates last week. Goodia, please do for us more research on this. Tell us who these candidates are, so that we can inform the general public, because everybody is talking about Raila's candidature, but nobody is talking about the people that is going to go against. Are they really popular? Are they really up to the game or up to the task? Let us look into their careers politically, because this position attracts a lot of politicians. I was thinking that at one point that my favorite candidate would have been PLO Lumumba for this particular position, but with the discussions I've had with several people, they are telling me PLO is very, very controversial. He was not likely going to be supported by most African leaders because he has been on their neck. But I personally felt that like Billy PLO would have been the best candidate for this particular position. What do you think, Mr. Boniface?
When it comes to this position for the African Union, PLO Lumumba, he is perfect for that position because the way that guy knows how about the diplomacy, he knows how to represent even the country, the way he gives out his speech. It shows that he has the power and he has the ability to lead the Africa continent. But again, he has not shown the interest when it comes to African Union. We have only one, that is Baba Raila Odinga, who has shown interest and requested President William Ruto to give him backup so that he can be the chairman of African Union. Again,
Okay. Go ahead.
before we go into details, President William Ruto supporting Azimio leader, coalition party leader Azimio, that is Raila Odinga. It shows that is the easiest way that is going to win this election coming 2027, because when you see Raila Odinga is very strong in opposition and leaving that area as the opposition leader, then it will be very easy, because I don't think whether there's anyone else who can be as strong as Raila to defeat William Samoei Ruto come 2027. So it is a game mind for William Ruto.
Thank you for that that analysis. So you are saying that Raila's move gives Ruto a clear victory in 2027. Is that what you are saying? And does it rest you being an you being an Azimio supporter? Are you going to support William Ruto if he supports Raila Odinga on this particular bid in
I
2027?
cannot buy. I won't buy those things, because I believe, and I have always been sure that Baba can be the president of this country. So Baba has everything. Even the money is going to hand from the African Union. He has all the money. But let's go for this presidency. Let Baba be the president of the Republic of Kenya. That is the only way he will be able to help those people in remote areas, because Baba has those abilities. Baba has those motives to help those people who are suffering. Right now, people are crying because they voted for Baba. But again, they are not seeing anything from the ruling party. So I think Baba is the only savior for the country of Kenya. And again, if Baba gets only one term, he's going to make sure that everything is okay. That is the only way you can tell someone who is in deeper areas of Kanjulu, Nyalenda, Kondele, deeper parts of Makueni, deeper parts of Turkana, that Raila Odinga is the president of Kenya, because they will be able to hear him via the media press during the national celebration like Mashujaa. That is the only way they will be happy to hear Baba as the president of Kenya. But when he becomes the president, the chairman of African Union, that will not be other Kenyans, because they think that now he'll be giving his work. He'll be serving the entire continent. So we want only Baba to serve this nation. That has only been my dream, and I wish one day it can come true, because I have been a die-hard supporter of Baba for a long time. I've been voting for Baba. But again, the problem it comes in when we are towards elections. That is the only why. That is the only reason that makes the Azimio leader coalition fail. Towards the end of the election, that is everything collapses. I don't know what happens. Things are in disorder.
Why are you such a disorganized political party? Yet you have got a lot of following and and a lot of grass and so many supporters in the grassroots. Like the last elections, you could not even get agents in each and every polling stations in Kenya. You kept on looking for lawyers to be on the polling station. I don't know what lawyers were going to do at the polling point. So is this is Raila's exit good for the political party ODM and or Azimio? Because Azimio lieutenants like Kalonzo have said that they have given him backing for that particular position. So what do you think that goes on in ODM, you being a staunch member of that particular political movement?
Totally, we are going to be in a mess because we will not be having anyone to contest for the presidency come in 2027. I think if Baba leaves, then he has to appoint. He has to make sure that he leaves that seat under good conditions. He has to make sure that there is a candidate, because any candidate that has been approved and endorsed by Raila Odinga, every Kenyan who supports the Azimio will be able to vote for him. But again, what composes the Azimio? Those committees that composes the Azimio, they need to be brilliant and make sure in every sector they are going to get it perfect. May it be the IT sector, may it be the organizing sector, may it be the election conducting committee. Let them get it perfect. Let them monitor everything that is going on during election. There should be no sleep in the next during the election time. That is we only have 1 week. So in that 1 week they should not sleep, because when they sleep, that's the time now they are going to bring those uh, Japanese and Rwandan people so that they can interfere with the system. Let them be keen. We had rumors. We had people think that those people who came from outside the country, they are the one who interfered with the system. And again, we saw the fight that was going on in the bombers of Kenya. People were saying there is something that is going on. People were fighting there because they thought that the election system has been interfered with. So let the committee, the IT, to be specific, the IT system people, those who are taking care of the IT, they have to make sure they have the exact details. Because when you have the exact details, then we are going to be assured that we are going to win the election. But again, if they relax, you're going to lose again, because we were not sharp. I can say that during the last year elections, 2022 election, we were not sharp.
So you, Azimio, were not sharp during the 2022 election, and you are outsmarted by an outsider, while we were assuming that you are in government, being backed by Uhuru Kenyatta. You should have had control of everything, but mkazembea kazini. So uzembe wenyu ndio ilifanya mshindi uchaguzi, ama ni nini ndio ilifanya? Umesema vizuri sana that you are looking forward in 2027 to be smart. So mutakuwa smart under nani? Under Kalonzo Musyoka or under who? What is your prediction in 2027?
Now we wait for the final decision from the Baba. Of course, Baba has to call the press.
Now,
if he calls the press,
this is now very important that you, as Azimio supporters, do not have a mind of your own. Your brain is controlled by Raila Odinga. Now that he has gone to Addis Ababa, can you have a brain of your own for once and decide what you want to do for the constituents or your people, without looking for political direction for Raila Odinga, because he will be out of the political scene for 5 years. So are you still going to wait for him for 5 years to come and tell you where to go? That time elections will have been done, dusted, and gone. So it's right. It's the right time now to make your own decision. Now, what do you think?
Yeah, it's the right time that you can make a decision. But I don't think whether Kalonzo Musyoka is the right candidate for that seat. Me
Why do
personally being a
Mbona unasema Kalonzo is not the right person for the seat?
this, in order to become the president of the in order to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, first thing you have to be an article. You have to be an article. You have to be so hard. You have to be firm. Kalonzo is very soft. Very soft politician. But again, when you are soft in this politics, you're not going to make it, because here is a game of thrones. It's either you win or you win or you win. But again, Kalonzo may go there, and when he gets to the defeats from William Samoei Ruto when come 2027, he surrender. So I don't think whether he's the perfect. Maybe if we get someone like someone like Babu Wino, Babu Wino and Edwin Sifuna, you can see how those guys have the character. Whenever they meet, whenever those guys meet, for example, in the debate, you have seen the debate that was happening lastly in the ministry media. There is that Sifuna. Sifuna has been loyal supporter of Baba, and the kind of things he talks while in the debate, that tells you that this guy is an article and he can make a very strong decision. If you want to become the president of Kenya, then he can be, because he is firm. If he has been given those authorities to be the Azimio party leader, called Azimio party leader, then he can make sure that anything can be, and he can be the president of the Republic of Kenya. Alonso, in one way or the other, Kalonzo simpigie kura sana, maana akipatana, ukiona zile vitu zilifanyika pale Bomas wakati kulikuwa na ile election announcement, only the strong survives, I can tell you. Yeah, because if William Ruto was not strong, he could not have received that a letter from Chebukati. But he was strong. He sounded like he's not fearing anything. He was very firm. He had confidence that he won the election. So if only we had strong leaders, they could not have held those briefs. The moment I saw the briefs being taken by Orengo and the other leaders, I knew that things have gone astray. You are not strong. They could have rejected those results, rejected, and make sure we are going for re-elections. But they agreed. Why? Because they are not hard. They are not firm with their decisions.
You wanted your team to reject the elections on the basis that one William Samoei Ruto did not win, or one that there was fraud, or that you could not substantiate. So why did you? How you, or you are just denying the results for the sake of denying?
No, I am denying them because I was following those election results. Actually, by that time, I was working with a certain media house. I was working with a certain media house, and I was a reporter from the Bomas. So,
what really happened at Bomas now that you are at Bomas? Because we were watching on the screens. You were at Bomas. What really happened? Did you see some results being stolen?
No. Everything that was happening there was in terms of technology.
And yeah.
So everything was in technology form. But even from the first day to the fourth day, Baba Raila Odinga was leading with a lot of votes. And personally, and some other journalists, we are even summing up the results.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we could get Baba having over 51%. By the fourth day, Baba had over 51%.
Mm-hmm.
But at the towards the end of the election,
Mm-hmm.
things happened there. You
Oh,
saw people complaining that Gladys Boys-Cholet was involved in those meetings. He was in the bombers where the election were counted. He was taken away. He was thrown away by the police. By the time they realized he was there, what was she doing there? People were complaining. What was Gladys Boys-Cholet doing there?
where specifically?
At the election center.
She was the agent for the party.
But why was he there alone?
Did you have an agent?
Actually, yes, but
Where are agents normally supposed to be in an election night or an
they
accounting
should
night?
be in. You know, they should be in the main center, but not
But
specific
what?
to the near the system. You know, she was near the system,
Which system?
the system that controlled the elections. You know, there is a system that controlled the election, and it was summing up the election even from the constituency level. There is
The results from the portal or the results from the constituency. The results from the constituency were done and were being tallied manually because they had to tally with what is on the portal. That is why we had agents coming in with the results. So was he stopping those agents from undertaking their paper and manipulating them, or what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say Gladys Boys-Cholet was involved in those manners
If
that
there was this, if you as a reporter, I think you really did a disservice to the nation by not reporting accurately what was happening in that particular incident, where you saw that there was a malpractice that would have made a difference, and Raila would have
but
been the president.
everyone saw it that Gladys was thrown away from the main center.
I saw even Olekina being thrown away. So I
But
saw quite a number of people being thrown away from the tallying center. Mm. So,
you know,
I was wondering, is it that they were not supposed to be there? Mm.
yeah, they were not supposed to be there. Actually,
Mm. Yeah.
they were not supposed to be there, and they were involved in those areas. So
Mm-hmm.
it brought a lot of problems. That's why people thought that they are trying to interfere with the
Ah,
election.
what? Yes, I can hear you. Just continue. Mm-hmm.
So
Can you hear me?
so that was the problem. And again, as I told you, Sanik, that the only problem that encroached it
What problem encroached?
was everything was okay, but towards the end of
Mm-hmm.
the after everything was okay, I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. Everyone was aware that Raila Odinga is the president of Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
but towards the end of the election, everything changed. There was a big fluctuations in terms of the number of votes. What happened? And again, we could see here that some constituencies, in some areas, Raila Odinga
Mm-hmm.
could get even 99%.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, yes. Even I think Ruto was getting the same in some of his areas.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, but there is some changes. I'm not hearing well till now. You
No,
okay?
can you hear me properly now? I don't know
Yeah.
why there is this miscommunication, but I believe that whatever happened in Bomas was happening to both sides,
I'm
because
hearing you.
at one point I saw Murkomen being thrown out. Mm. This is Murkomen being thrown out. So when you say that it was only it was only who Gladys Bosch Murkomen was also thrown out of the Tallying Center. So by and large, I think what you're saying is that this is Murkomen, and what is happening there? You can see him being led out. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah. And also the guy who was the guy with the black coat now with the brown trouser. Those are the guys for UDA.
So these GSU people are for UDA or what? What are you saying?
Yeah. The two are for UDA.
The guy leading Murkomen out of the Tallying Center are for UDA.
You know, you see the guy who has the brown trouser. Yeah, even the time they were trying to pack up Raila Odinga during that press for African Union, he was there next to Cleophas Malala.
Oh, let me bring that. This should be Osoro or something. This is Silvanso Osoro. This is Osoro. Yeah, this is an MP. This is a sitting MP. So he was just there because of his party. So having said that, you let us go back to the politics of AU, because this is now water under the bridge, and you cannot do anything about it. The elections, whether you say they were stolen or not stolen, that is gone. The National Dialogue Committee, the National Dialogue Committee. I understand that you remember Mudavadi saying that there is news that is going to shake the nation. Did you hear Mudavadi saying something like that during his tour in? I think it was in Nyanza. He said that there's a menace, there's an information that is going to shake the nation. I think he was referring to this information. And this information has really, really shook Azimio. In fact, Azimio supporters do not even know where to start or to begin. They don't know whether they have been abusing Ruto all along, but now Ruto is the one who holds the key to Raila becoming the AU commission chair. What do you make of this, Mr. Kimanzi?
Again, when it comes to the speech that was made by the Prime Cabinet Secretary, that was Musalia Mudavadi. Again, Musalia Mudavadi towards the end of towards the election, I think that was 2021. We saw that Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, and other diehard supporters who were so close to Baba, they went to William Samoei Ruto. That was betrayal for the first thing, because the Western people, that is the Bugoma, the Iga, those people, the Luya region, they really believed in Baba. So when you saw Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula leading the big tribes, those are the big tribes. So when we saw them leading the big tribes to William Samoei Ruto, that was a big mistake. And again, it was a boost for William Samoei Ruto. So whatever that was said by Prime Cabinet Secretary, who is Musalia Mudavadi, it was an advantage to William Samoei Ruto, but it was a fault to big tribes, because we know that big tribes, that is the Luya nation. We have a lot of people who come from Luya. We have Kakamega, we have Viga, we have Bugoma. Those are counties that produce a number of votes. So we tend to believe that when those two giants went to United Democratic Movement, United Democratic Party, that is the HUDA alliance, so they made a big mistake. And again, everything that was said there, it was an importance for the ruling party. And again, we agree, because we had no option. But that was a betrayal to one of the best, who is Raila Odinga. That was the biggest betrayal, because if you don't have Bugoma, Kakamega, Viga, you don't have other parts of Busia. So what are you going to win the election? Nothing. Yeah, we could not even win those elections.
You are saying this after after elections are gone. I mean, you didn't see this. You didn't see this coming. You didn't see.
We saw it, but the failure of Azimio began long time ago. The kind of advisors Baba took, the loss of those two giants, there's Wetangula and the Prime Cabinet Secretary, that is Musalia Mudavadi. That was a failure. That was the start of the failure, because those are the giants in the Western region.
Do you know at some point you didn't? At some point, Azimio thought that Kalonzo was not even important for the coalition. Were it not for Uhuru, then Kalonzo would not have been in Azimio. It is Uhuru who persuaded them. And I think you are one of the proponents who was saying that Kalonzo is not important from the way you are talking. And again,
you know Kalonzo, even in what percentage did Kalonzo brought to Azimio during the election in the year 2022?
No, how many Kambas voted for Azimio? I think Kambas voted for Azimio in large numbers. Nearly 90% of the Kamba vote went to Azimio. And that was a plus. That is a vote that you would not have had if Kalonzo was not in the mix. So don't say that Kalonzo is insignificant. In fact, among the principles of Azimio, is the most important right now. The rest are like flower girls. That is my opinion.
Yeah, that is your opinion. But if Kalonzo is
Tell
firm,
me, just quantify for me the principles of Azimio and what they bring on board. Eugene Mamalo, number one. What does he bring on board for Azimio?
those are the big parties. When you mention Eugene Wamalo, those are the advisors, those who help Baba to make those rules, to make sure that we are
He
doing well.
brings in rules. Does he have numbers backing him up? Because Baba comes with a whole constituency. Baba comes with nearly a whole province. He comes with followers. Kalonzo comes with his eastern bloc. Baba comes with Nyanza, a bit of coast region, Nairobi. So what do these leaders represent, like Eugene Mamalo, Martha Karua, and all that? What do they represent in Azimio?
Totally nothing. When you mention Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa, maybe during the conversation they can talk, but when it comes to the number of votes they bring nothing. Because when you focus on Martha Karua, in our own constituency, that is Gishugu, even in our own constituency, he didn't even bring votes. People voted for William Ruto. So what does that mean? That Baba failed even the organizing committee. Baba even failed to take Martha Karua as a running counterpart, because Karua didn't even contribute to any vote. Actually, the central part of Kenya, they only got a lot of votes. So what do you mean? You mean that Baba should have got the right partner, so that they can make sure they are going to give a lot of pressure and they are going to get a lot of votes when it comes to that election. So the deputy president, that is Martha Karua, she did not even contribute to a certain number of votes, because if Martha Karua could have contributed to 50% votes from the central, you know that central Kenya, the Mount Kenya region is so big. So if Martha Karua could have organized the Mount Kenya region to give votes for Baba, then we could have won. But even she was the deputy president, for deputy counterpart for Raila Odinga, but she brought total nothing. Even in our own constituency, people denied her. So how could us be won that election? Nothing.
Well, I think I think personally, I had felt that it was not a very important link to central Kenya. He should have been there on the background as a leader, but not as a running mate. Baba's decision or his handlers to look into Martha Karua as somebody whose potential was ill-informed. If you ask me, well, because I was in the debate where so many people wanted Martha Karua, and I was telling them, this election will be controlled largely by youths. Even in 2027, Ruto had already won the youth uh, by his Asla narrative. So you were Johnny come late into the game, and you didn't have anything that was going to capture the moment for the youths in Kenya. That is why Baba dangled that carrot for 6,000 every month, which I think probably it was just a political gimmick. But he dangled that carrot so that he could get the youths on his side. But the most important decision that you would have made as Azimio in 2022 was to bring in a young person among the people who were being interviewed for the job. There should have been a young person running as Baba's running mate in that particular election. So that is the reason why you failed in 2022. Your elections were not stolen, but poor management, poor thinking, and you didn't understand the data of Kenyan politics. The data of Kenyan politics right now is based on the youth. In the previous years, when Kibaki was taking over, it was based on the women who were largely voting. The youths did not participate in the elections. But right now, as we speak, anybody with the youth as the majority on their side will always win any election that is coming in the future. So, Mr. Kimanzi, go back to the drawing board, look into where you failed. This is one of the areas, and I still see you crumbling with it. If Kalonzo, I'm looking after a good match for Kalonzo in 2027. What do you think would be a good match for Kalonzo? I was not supposed to be the host today, guys. I am standing in for Leo. There was a technical hitch in his on his device, so I am standing it. Bear with us. Leo will be back maybe after he rectifies that particular situation. But we apologize for those who follow Leo so much that he's not here today, but he'll be there tomorrow or maybe later when his gadget starts working. So, on behalf of Afrique, we apologize for the inconveniences that we have caused to our viewers for starting late because Leo had got issues with his gadget. So, we hope that this will not happen tomorrow or in the future. So, we apologize. Keep tuned. Subscribe to the channel Afrique 24 on your YouTube page. Go to our Facebook page, like whatever you are seeing, comment whether it's negative or positive. We like what will improve the views and the vision of this particular station. So please, kindly, Kimanzi, what do you think is a good combination in 2027 for Azimio?
Number one, when it comes to 2027, I don't think whether Kalonzo will be the perfect match for 2027 because Kalonzo only depends with the three counties in Ukambani. We have the three counties in Ukambani, that is Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni. And again, with the votes from those three counties, I don't think whether Kalonzo can make it for president. Again, I can see someone writing here that Kalonzo only backs on Kamba. He needs more than Kambas to win. He needs to travel up and down. the country, North, West, South, and East Africa. And that is true. Why? Because if you go into the North Africa, North Kenya, Northern Kenya, that is Marsabit, Isiolo, and some parts of Turkana, make sure you're good in public communication. Make sure you're going to impress those people. We saw that President William Ruto, during the year 2018, when they began those misunderstanding with his former boss, that is Uhuru Kenyatta, he started the campaign right away. Why? Because he wanted to make sure that he captured the attention of the whole Kenyans, from north to south, from east to west, even to the every direction. Wherever you go, you could hear that every person is saying, we are supporting the Asla nation. And again, he had the strategy. President William Ruto had the strategy that we are going to make sure we change this nation. Every person was saying, we are going to vote for Asla nation. And again, politics is a mind game. You have to make sure you capture the attention of the citizen. It is very easy to capture the attention of the citizen because we citizens, we don't focus on more details about politics, but we need someone who can be sure of what he's doing. We know that William Samuel Ruto is the perfect match for the seat for the president. And we saw a lot of Kenyans that we are singing they are going to vote for William Ruto even if they don't even bring his name in the ballot paper. Why? William Ruto had induced, he used a medicine. It's like a medicine using his only mouth. He induced a specific dosage to Kenyans such that Kenyans were singing William Samoei Ruto in one way or the other. So Kalonzo Musyoka, he cannot be the perfect match because who will be his running mate? Who will be the running mate of Kalonzo Musyoka? Because he has only 3 counties. He is not even known in the North Kenya. When you go to the Northern Kenya, Turkana region, Marsabit, go to the central Nyanza, go to the Lake region, in the entire Lake region, go to Vihiga, go to Kakamega. Do they know Kalonzo? When he goes there, can he capture the attention of the entire Western region? What does he have to offer to them so that they can know that Kalonzo is the one and is the perfect match to replace William Samoei Ruto? So Kalonzo has to develop a certain strategy. He has to make sure he improve his own methodology. Let him strategize his own methodology so that he can make sure he's going to win the election come 2027 because it's still early. It's still 2024. We have a lot of time. So Kalonzo, let him make sure that he's going to capture the attention of the Kenyans. Let the Kenyans know that he is the next president by what he's going to tell the Kenyans. Because just moving around, let Kenyans know that you are the president. Give them what you're going to offer when you become the president of Kenya. Because whenever William Samoei Ruto went around the country, he could even travel 3 counties in one day or 4 counties in one day because he wanted to make sure that every Kenyans, even in deeper sides of Tana River region, they know who is William Samoei Ruto. So in come 2027, Kalonzo Musyoka, if is endorsed to be the running person or the running mate or the leader of the Azimio is the one who is going to fight for president, then who will be the deputy president? Can it be Babu Wino? Can it be Edwin Sifuna? Can it be even the senator for Homa Bay? So who will be the running mate for Kalonzo Musyoka? That is the big question. So we need to consider those things because during the campaign period, we saw that we lost even from the start because the moment we saw Baba choosing Martha Karua as the running mate, everyone else was so shocked because they thought that it's going to be a man or someone else because we consider, as you said, Zanik, that we consider the number of votes that we're going to get from the running mates. So Karua alone, she could not even give us a lot of votes. And the way we know that Mount Kenya region is so big, so it's the major problem now we are having. Who will be the running mate of Azimio? Because I don't think whether there is anyone who is ready to be the running mate or to be the leader of Azimio after the exit of the Baba, who we know that is the best when it comes to making laws, making peace, and also being the leader. And it's the best opposition we have ever had. So Baba, I think, is only the best. But if he quits to join African Union, then the big question is, who will replace Raila Amolo Odinga? Yeah.
Well, Kimanzi, I think you are right. Everybody agrees with you on the comment section. Amanda Kevin is saying, mimi ni wa Azimio lakini Kalonzo atoshi. Kevin, I wish ungeingia hapa kwa studio tuambie ni yapi hapo unasema Kalonzo atoshi. Kalonzo ako na experience kwa muda kwa hii siasa ya Kenya. I think yeye ndiye ako na uzoefu wa na amekuwa makamu wa rais wa nchi ya Kenya wakati wa Kibaki pia. So Kalonzo ana uzoefu wa kuendesha serikali. Pengine ile motisha mashabiki ama wafuasi wa Azimio hawana ile wanasema nini, hawana ile moyo ya kuunga bwana Kalonzo Musyoka mkono in 2027. Iwapo Kalonzo atachagua Babu Owino kama running mate, naona hapo kutakuwa na hesabu ngumu kidogo kwa UDA. Unaonaje hiyo maoni bwana Kimanzi?
Either Babu Owino or Edwin Sifuna, those can be a big challenge to
Hebu niambie kwa nini Edwin Sifuna? Edwin Sifuna ameingia kwa mara ya kwanza katika Senate, ako na experience kiasi na yeye ni Secretary General wa chama cha ODM. Mbona unafikiria ako na ushawishi mwingi katika ulingo wa siasa?
Unajua, politics is not a matter of when did you join the politics, but it is a matter of what are you going to bring on board. So if you get that Edwin Sifuna, that is a guy who can induce every dosage to Kenyans. He can go to even Marsabit, Garissa, and make sure that he delivers a good speech that can even impress the Kenyans who want to vote for Azimio.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he has the little experience he has. I'm very sure he can make it for being a running mate. And again, the guy is perfect in whatever he does. He's a lawmaker, by the way, because I've seen him on debates, and the way Edwin Sifuna answers questions, definitely, even the anchors and also the reporters, they fear him because the way he answers he answers questions. He has a lot of brilliance, and the knowledge of Edwin Sifuna is on a higher notch. So he has that public communication skill that he can make sure he can deliver to Kenyans. So Edwin Sifuna can be the perfect match. And again, Babu Owino, again too. Babu Owino can be a perfect match for running mate because those guys are so strong in whatever they say. And many Kenyans, they believe in them because they are good in their leadership, the little experience they have, they can make it to be the running mate for the president. And again, we saw the president of there is a country in West Africa, someone who has 35 years. he became the president. So why not us? Why not us get the younger youth? Why not us get the running mate to be someone who is under 40? Because those guys are under 40 years. So let's get them, because they have the ability to make sure that they deliver to their maximum. So I think Edwin Sifuna, Babu Wino, they are good to go. If only, but Kalonzo, if he is chosen to be the leader and the running leader for the president come 2027, then he has to make sure that he goes all round in every part of Kenya to make sure the Kenyans know all the manifesto that is going to deliver when he becomes the president of the Republic of Kenya. So he has a lot of work to do. If only is going to be chosen to be the running leader for the Azimio coalition. Yeah.
I think you are so on point, and everybody is agreeing with you. And for the first time, I'm seeing Azimio supporters actually thinking on the same direction. My fear, my greatest fear, is that William Ruto might go unopposed in 2027. Should Kalonzo be robbed into government by William Samoei Ruto, then you guys are done. You are no longer aiming for the top seat. With Baba's exit to AU, have you gone back to the drawing board? Because Baba will definitely endorse Kalonzo Musyoka as the flag bearer. That is with no doubt that is going to endorse Kalonzo. But you are saying that if Kalonzo is endorsed, here's a very tricky point or interesting point and perspective that you are bringing. That if Kalonzo is indeed endorsed, then there's a possibility of Babu Owino being his running mate. And with Babu on the ballot, you are confirming that Babu has got a lot of support in most of the regions in Kenya, and Babu has got a lot of following. Could Babu be the presidential candidate for 2032, Mr. Kimazi?
Even 2032 is so far. Even 2027. Let's bring those young gentlemen to be the running mate, the president of Kenya, because if those guys become the leader for the Azimio Party coalition, then they are going to give pressure to William Samoei Ruto, because I have never even thought that Kalonzo can be the president of Kenya, because he only depends on those three countries, as I said earlier. For example, if we hold a meeting, for example, Kalonzo holds a meeting in Kisumu, parts of Migori or Rongo, how many people will be sure that they will support Kalonzo when he asks, how many are you going to vote for me when I vie for president come 2027? Very few will support him. And from those analysis and data collection, it will tell you that Kalonzo, he has a lot of work to do. If, for example, I know definitely Baba is going to endorse him, but after being endorsed, then Kalonzo, he has a lot of work to do. Let him move all around. Let him go to every part of the country. Let him tell the Kenyan what he's going to offer when he becomes the president of Kenya. It's only by that way that Kenyans will understand who is Kalonzo Musyoka and what he's going to offer when he becomes the president of Kenya.
I want you to listen if you people didn't listen to what Raila's brother was saying the other day. I think he didn't even see this coming, that his own brother would be on another mission. So this is what Oburu was very affirmative that Baba should be on the ballot. Yeah, so
mimi nimekuja hapa kuambia mambo yale yaliyoko katika Kenya hii. Mimi nimemjua baba Raila Amolo Odinga kwa muda wa miaka, kabla sijakuwa mbunge miaka 10 mpaka sasa nimekuwa gavana wa jimbo la Mombasa. Huyu mzee muiteni vile mutamuita, lakini hakuna sifa ambayo akonayo ya kuwa hasemi ukweli. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, wana Nairobi nisikizeni kwa makini bwana. Nairobi hoye! Wana Nairobi nisikizeni. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga akishika microphone namna hii, yale maneno anaongea yako na prophetic wisdom. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga akishika microphone namna hii, yale maneno anaongea hata FBI na CIA wanauliza huyu jamaa alijuaje hii maneno yote. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga akiongea namna hii, akiambia Nairobi, akiambia Mombasa, akiambia Kenya njia ni namna hii, mimi nawaambia that is a calculated move ambayo kwamba baba Raila Amolo Odinga ako nayo kwa Kenya. Mutampa sifa zote, lakini sifa moja ya lazima mumpatie Raila Amolo Odinga ni kuwa ni msema ukweli. Wangapi wanakubaliana na mimi? Mimi hapa nimekuja na mambo mawili. Ya kwanza, nimekuja kukumbusha Wakenya sifa ya Raila Amolo Odinga. Akiongea maneno anaongea ya ukweli. Hiyo ya kwanza. Nataka watu wa Nairobi kwa kunyosha mkono, wangapi wanakubali ya kuwa Raila akiongea ni maneno ya ukweli? Tunyoshe mkono namna hii.
Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on them. This is not something that has been made up. This is not something that has been made up. Kwetu unasema tusipo rekebisha haya makosa, hakutakuwa na haja ya watu kwenda kwa uchaguzi tena 2027. Tulikuwa na Chebukati 3 na Cherera wengine 4 pande hii. With the majority. The majority said no. Minority said yes. And then the Kenyans are saying we must accept the views of the minority. Hiyo ni demokrasia? Hiyo ni ukweli? Kwa sababu tunasema we have refused to accept.
Yeah. I missed the clip where, but I'll find it, where Oburu Odinga was saying that Baba must be on the ballot. But Kimanzi, this is what you're going to miss in Raila Odinga when he goes to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This is the kind of leader with a lot of charisma. I don't know where we will get such a kind of leader in within the Azimio stable. I find the people you have mentioned, they don't have the charisma of Raila Odinga. They are more aggressive in their kind of politics. Raila Odinga knows when to be aggressive. He knows when to be calm. He knows how to play his politics, and he has matured enough to understand the Kenyan people, how they react when he goes to Central. He knows what to say. When he's in Rift Valley, he's so reserved in his talks. When he's in Nyanza, is Raila is another Raila Odinga. In some quarters, people find him very, very hard on his Luo community. You know, he seems to be somebody who is so undemocratic when it comes to Nyanza politics. As late as last week or 2 weeks ago, he was saying he doesn't want anybody to talk about UDA in Nyanza. So what do you make of Raila Odinga and his mixed kind of politics?
Mr. The first thing that I'm going to say is that definitely Kenyans will always live to remember Raila Odinga, because there will be no one like him. There will be no one like Raila Odinga. We only have one Raila Odinga in the Republic of Kenya. And if he is not there for the elections, or is not there for the position, then definitely we are going to be losing a lot of things, because he is a good leader, he is a charismatic leader, he is a leader who is known for peacemaking, the leader who is known for making sure that people live well in terms of government resolutions. You make sure that the manifesto of the government that were given, they are into conditions. And again, Raila Odinga, the way he handles his things, he handles his things in a professional way. So if Raila Odinga quits and joins the African Union, then that gap, it will remain forever. Even if we have those rising giants, that is Edwin Sifuna and Babu Wino, we have also the Kajang, we have a lot of leaders. But again, are those leaders able to make sure that they can fill the gap that was left by Raila Odinga? So the big question here, and I keep on repeating, is who will fill this gap that was left by Raila Odinga by the time he leaves? Who will be him?
Rames Yagon, hey, umepotea sana ndugu yangu bana. This is what Ramos is saying. Even if Kalonzo goes on a wild countrywide adventure, he still got zilch chance against Ruto. It's like thinking you can win the lottery without even grabbing a ticket. Talking about wishful thinking. Now, yes, you cannot win a lottery by just saying, I'll be the next winner of the jackpot without buying that ticket. That is what Ramos Yegon is saying. Yegon, we need you in the studio. I don't know what you do. I don't know why you've been so lost. You need to come in the studio and we have this discussion here. You seem to be having very pregnant points that you need to share with other Kenyans out there. This is where we make the right decision. This is Africa 24. We accept any views so long as they are not they are respectful. We accept them on this particular channel. If you are out there, you want to join, there's a link that you can join. I'll be sharing it shortly. Just click on the link on Africa, subscribe. If you are new on StreamYard, subscribe on our YouTube channel and be the first to get notifications on when we are airing these wonderful programs. We have got so much that is lined up for you in this particular channel. We have got a lot that is coming. We have a new baby. It's called Dimba. Dimba is something that talks about our soccer and the EPL. It is something that you could be interested. If you're not interested in politics, then definitely you'll be interested in other activities that are happening within Africa. So Dimba is one of the programs that we have started. It is new, and we hope that you will be joining us in that is Dimba. That is one of our new programs that we will be launching very, very soon. It started today, yesterday, and we hope that you will be subscribing to log in to hear your best team and to tell us more about your fun team. If it is Chelsea, if it is Arsenal, if it is Gor Mahia, if it is Seals, if it is Shabana FC, we want us to be talking about those clubs. We also look into improving our soccer. Kenya has missed a lot in the African Cup of Nations. We not watch our team participate in the African Cup of Nations. And with these programs, people watching out there, the Minister for Sports will be able to have a clear, guided response to the questions that Kenyans are asking, especially in our soccer. The last time we went to the African Cup of Nations was when Oliech was at the African Cup of Nations. We have been thinking, and we have got very good players. Our domestic league is also very active, but I still believe that it is one of the weakest links to joining the big players: Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Burkina Faso, and you can see countries like Mauritius. Countries that Kenya used to beat 8 goals to 0 are now a powerhouse in Africa. South Africa has been there, but Kenya, Kenya needs to do something. Maybe Kimanzi, you being in sports and you've been there for quite some time, maybe we change up gears a bit and tell us what do you think about this program that we are launching called Dimba?
Thank you so much, Mr. Nick. And Dimba, we are going to capture the entire sports industry in the local region and also globally. In the country of Kenya, local region, and even globally. So we are going to focus on sports, athletics, and again, golf, table tennis. We are going to focus on a lot of things, entirely the sports industry. So when it comes to athletics, we have a lot of talents. Nowadays, we know that Kenyans, they are known for athletics and the long distance running. So we are good to go. We are going to represent our country. Again, we know that sports and most of people nowadays, they depend on talent. So we are going to make sure in this Dimba Afrique, we are going to focus on many things. That is the Kenya Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, Premier League, which is the league that is followed by most of Kenyans and also people in the world, the League One. So in this one, we are going to focus on a lot of things. We are going to make sure we tell Kenyans on how we're going to nurture the talent, because we have a lot of talents that are found in remote areas and also different parts of the country. So we're going to focus on it. And again, we are going to emphasize on how we're going to make it to the international competitions. We saw that last week, there was finals that was taking place in the Ivory Coast, the Africa Cup of Nations. We saw there was a final between Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. So, as Sanik has said, that we have small teams, not small teams, but the teams that are so underrated. They qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations and they did good. They represented their countries. They made their countries proud. Teams like DRC Congo, teams like South Africa, Bafana Bafana, teams like Burkina Faso, teams like Equatorial Guinea. We saw that the top scorer for the Africa Cup of Nations came from Equatorial Guinea. He was recognized. The Emilio Nzue was the top scorer for the Africa Cup of Nations. He was recognized. He was given a reward. There was that goalkeeper for South Africa, Roland Williams. Roland Williams, he was given as the best goalkeeper for the competition, and also the golden boot, the golden glove went with Roland Williams. That was the goalkeeper for South Africa. Then what does that tell us? It tells us that we as Kenyans, we need to focus on this competition. We need to make sure, from the management to the coach to the players, we play with ambitions that we are going to represent our country in the international competition. For example, that's the Africa Cup of Nations. So when we see small teams like South Africa doing well, small countries like South Africa, a country that we cannot even be assured that can be on semi-finals. We saw that giants were eliminated in the Africa Cup of Nations by the round of 16. That's Algeria, the defending champions, those who are the Senegal, they were eliminated by small teams. Why? We saw Tunisia being beaten on the first match by Namibia. What does that tell us? It tells us that we have that capability to go and win on those competitions. Let's embrace on making sure that we represent our country. We saw our neighbors here, Tanzania. The Tanzanians did pretty well. And again, good job that is being done by Samia Suluhu. From the management to the sports industry, he is doing well. So if we get that momentum from our neighbors, Tanzania, we are going to make it. So let's make sure that whatever we are doing it in the right way. Because if Tanzanians can make it to AFCON, then why not Kenya? What is the problem in Kenya? We have players, we have everything, we have the support from the president. We saw the last time they were being told by the president, every match you're going to collect 3 points, you are going to get 2 million. That is support. And we have the CS for the sports industry, that is the CS Abamna Mwamba. He told them that we are ready to support you. So we are good to go. We want to see Kenya being featured in the international competition. So here we're going to focus on a lot of things and make sure that by the end, we are going to help and nurture talents and make sure the information is spread widely so that we can be as Tanzanians, we can be as Ivory Coast, we can be as South Africa, and we can be as the DRC Congo. What is the difference between Kenya and DRC Congo? There's no difference because DRC Congo, we believe that Kenyans, there are some Kenyans, the Bandus, they migrated from DRC Congo. Then if those guys, they could feature in AFCON, then why not us? We saw the eight names that were resembling Kambas, the names from the DRC Congo, they went up to the semi-finals. Those guys, the names, they resemble the Kamba people. We saw the names like Chancel Bemba, Gideon Kalulu, Adam Maswaku, Motu Sami. Those are the names that resembles the Kenyans. So why not us? We have the ability and the capability to do it. Let's go for it. So we're going to make sure we are going to get the best when it comes to this competition. And I'm very sure with the support, things are going to be good.
Wow, that is Dimba. That is Dimba La Afrique. Dimba La Afrique will be featuring each and every Saturday on this particular channel. So guys, stay tuned. Stay tuned and make sure you have subscribed so that you watch and listen to the good analysis by one other than Boniface Kimbanzi Boni will the one be presenting this particular show. So fans out there for who love football, who love Arabic Stars, who love EPL, who loves La Liga, who loves Serie A, please tune on to Afrique every Saturday from, what is the time again, Kimanzi? 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. Every time, every Saturday from 12 p.m. we will be bringing for you this particular show. This particular show involves a lot of sportsmen, and they are out there, youth who enjoy soccer. You are not left out. If you don't like politics, then this is the channel to be. If you don't like praise and worship, sometimes this is the channel also to be. You can watch our politics. You can watch some informative shows like Dr. Shamba, which comes every Sunday by Engineer Florence and Reverend Njoroge. So be tuned. Stay tuned to Afrique. You will get a lot of information, a lot of entertaining programs, bed of roses for lovers out there. Umeona ni kama uko heartbroken, unataka kujinyonga juu umewachwa na msichana. Hii ndio channel yako namba moja, where you will be getting a lot of information, a lot of education, a lot of opportunities. There is also another show that is coming up that will give you opportunities that are offered abroad. That show will be hosted by Mburu. We will tell you the opportunities that are in Canada, the opportunities that are in the US, how to apply for this opportunity, so that we are not left out. So all this information. Remember, information is power, and knowledge is also an equalizer. So let us stay tuned and support us in this venture of bringing for you this kind of broadcast by only subscribing to Afrique 24. Afrique 24 is on your YouTube. If you want to participate on any of our programs, go to our Facebook page, drop a message, or you can send us an email on d24hours@gmail.com. I'll be putting it out there so that you can be sending us emails if you want to participate in a program, or if you want us to improve on a particular show. Then you need to send us that particular comment on our email so that we can improve on our presentation, we can improve on our general outlook in the YouTube channel. Remember, we are partners in this game. We want to be the number one YouTube channel by the end of the year, and we are heading there. Thank you very much for those who have been subscribing on Afrique. Asanteni sana na mnakaribishwa tena hapa Afrique, na mkuwe mnakuja pia, tunajadiliana. And if you want a program to be aired on Afrique, or if you want an advert to be done on Afrique by Africa team, please send us that advert. We will do it for you, of course, not free, at a very affordable cost. And if you cannot afford it, we can also help you out in building your own particular channel. Otherwise, asanteni sana wale wamekuwa kwa comment section. We have a good year has been with us.
I thought there's someone here who has said, I'm reading the comments here, and Goodyear is saying here that Liverpool Football Club, top of the league, forget about Chelsea FC tennis, is again saying that will be good Boniface. Sports is one of gelling. Yeah, we also have what happened to Kenya. If they can run, I'm sure they can play football, maybe with good sponsorship. Again, she's saying good Gormaya FC. Yeah, that is true. If they can run, if we can make records in the world championship, then why not Africa Cup of Nations? Then why not in the CHAN, that the competition that happens after every year? Then we can make it.
All right. Goodyear is telling us time. Timekeeping should always be our priority. And that is an emphasis that we will discuss. Kimanzi, you are hearing some of your fans saying that when we decide to bring the program, let us adhere to time, because some people are waiting for the program for so long and they give up that this program is indeed not going to air. So let us we'll give you a Goodyear from tomorrow. We'll give you our program schedules, and we will give them timely so that you don't miss any of our programs. I believe that we are on the right track, and thank you for that. Thank you for that, Goodyear, and we don't take it for granted. That is something that will be done, and keep on reminding us on what to do best so that our viewers can stay glued to this particular channel. We've been talking politics. We have digested we have been give a minute. We have been in politics, and we went a bit about soccer in our country and the programs that we are bringing. We are back again into politics to see, as we wind up, what we need to do so that Kenyan can stop this tribal politics? Is it with the exit of Raila Odinga? Can it bring a new vision, a new way of looking at our politics without looking at our politics with the tribal lens? Kimanzi, I throw this question to you. Do you think that we will ever reach a point whereby we will look at politicians with what they bring on the table, other than my tribesman?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that we will reach that point where we will look at Boniface Kimanzi without looking at the K in the surname?
Pardon. Maybe there was some connection. Maybe. Do you think?
I was saying, with the exit of Baba Raila Odinga to AAU, is it time for Kenyans to start reflecting on the kind of politics that we want, the kind of governance that we want for our country? I mean, is it time that we will, because I believe from the clips that we have been watching of Raila Odinga, he brings out this aggressive kind of politician, and we will miss out on that a lot. But Kenyans largely, we think on tribal lines. Is there a day that we will stop thinking like, mtu wa Kauma kutoka kule Mombasa, the smallest tribe in Kenya, can be the president of the Republic of Kenya because his policies are on point, and he's educated, and he has got a vision for the Republic of Kenya? Do you think we'll reach that particular point?
I think the first thing we need to do, we as Kenyans, is now, because Baba now has set the mind that it's time. I've done everything for Kenyans. It's time now I divert from Kenyan politics and focus on global politics or global position. Then Kenyans now, they need to know that Baba is not there now. He's going to do something else. So now we need to build again and know what we want. Let's build something that is new. Bearing in mind that we know that Baba is going for the African Union. Maybe he's going to win or he's not going to win. But if he wins, that is win for Kenyans. But again, if you know that Baba is not there, what can we do? Can we survive without Baba? Those are the kind of questions that we need to ask. Who can replace Baba? Those are the kind of questions that we need to know. We Kenyans, that they are going to be in real life situation now. They're going to be eating us because we need to get a leader who is going to replace Baba. Because Baba cannot be here lifetime. We had a lot of leaders from the past. We had our ancestors who were fighting for the independence of the country. They came and went. Now it's time Baba is diverting to the African Union Commission. So let's get another person who is going to be the kingpin of this long term opposition party that has been always been the pillar of opposition. So if we get someone who is good, then definitely we are going to build him, and we get someone who is charismatic, a peacemaker, someone who resembles the qualification that Baba has. By that, we're going to make it, and we're going to be assured that things changes. We know things changes, and
Oh, okay.
unexpected comes.
You see, Goodyear is saying that with the exit of Baba, the greatest fear is that the greatest fear has always been Baba is aggressive, and now he has agreed that that there could be a percentage of Kenyans coming to realization that the man they feared most is out of the scene, and now we need to start thinking soberly. Now, that is a Goodyear's opinion. That's not the opinion of Africa. This is a very, very important Kenyan out there who is looking at politics in his or her own point of view. Now, my view, and this is going to disturb a lot of people, especially from Nyanza, who have been depending on Baba for the tickets in ODM, on his political party ODM. You know, for a long time you've had Kimanzi in your political party ODM that kuna watu wanaitwa loyalist. There is this tag given to somebody who wants to buy that he has to be a loyalist, a Baba loyalist. Baba loyalist ni mtu aina gani? Hebu tufafanulie tu kwa ufupi, Baba loyalist ni mtu aina gani? Kimanzi huko ama umelala? Kimanzi, unmute your mic. Please unmute. We have lost Kimanzi viewers. I was just asking out there that there is this people call themselves Baba loyalists, and you wonder the Baba loyalists are what kind of people, what kind of personality do they bring? I thought that Kimanzi would have been around, or people in the comment section can have this discussion with me. Who is a Baba loyalist? Because we have got people out there who are saying that our next leader must be a Baba loyalist. And then you wonder that who is this Baba loyalist that they keep on talking about? Now, Baba is no longer on the scene. What will we be talking about? Our next topic, probably tomorrow, would be to find out how the ground is shifting in most of the areas after this announcement, how politicians are behaving. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised of the next delegation that will be going to Segoi from Nyanza to seek the blessings of William Samoei Ruto. I'll be seeing a lot of elders moving from places to places. A lot of buses will be moving all over to Rift Valley to seek the blessings of one William Samoei Ruto. Remember, politics is a very interesting game. Yesterday you are abusing the same person. Today you need them dearly for this particular position. And look at how our politicians look at things. They are now together. Kenya Kwanza is having a joint parliamentary meeting somewhere in Naivasha tomorrow to discuss Baba, and of course in a positive way to ensure that everybody is talking in the same language. Now the politics has been put aside, and now it is the interest of the country and the interest of one Raila Odinga. So this is what informs our politics. Even if you abuse the Muzalendo as a sadist out there, then know that it is politics. These politicians, they will always get along. Let our friendship not be mixed with politics. My political opinion is mine. Yours is yours. It is important that you let me add down first. It is important that we have and respect our political decisions. Some of us have got this political stand that we want a Kenya that is not tribal, a Kenya that will be viewed by another community as somebody who is a Kenyan, but not a Kikuyu or a Kalenjin or a Kamba or a Luya. We will be viewed as a Kenyan. So it is important that we start looking at each other as Kenyan. But that way we will elect leaders who have got good policies, but not saying that hii area ya Kalonzo Musyoka hatutaki kuona mtu wowote wa kabila jingine. Today, if you look at the country itself, Kenya, a few years ago, where I come from, you would find Kisis having businesses here and there in the local villages, or the Kikuyus having their shop in the local villages in Homa Bay, where I come from. I say the best mechanic in Nyeri would be a Luo, and probably the best wholesaler or maybe the best fishmonger in that particular area will be a Luo, and they will be allowed to do business as Kenyans. Today, the most tribal constituencies are the counties. They employ people from their region. That law needs to be changed a bit because it is very, very tribal. If you come from Kisii, the entire Kisii County is 99% are Kisis. If you go to Kisumu, the same. If you go to Homa Bay, the same. If you go to Mombasa could be a bit cosmopolitan, but these counties are very, very tribal. So to get rid of tribalism, there should be a law that creates a balance and brings in people from other regions so that we can integrate together and be one community. Today, you are following Baba. Baba wants to unite Africa and Africa to have one particular vision. For us, we are saying that let us start uniting ourselves from the villages, from clan level. Don't look at somebody like is coming from another clan. Look at them as Kenyans. That is my view, and that is the direction that I hope everybody will be looking into so that we have a better country. Kimanzi, while you're away, I thought that you had drifted to sleep. Thank you for coming back once again. Yes, we are looking at how we look at Kenya. Kimanzi, can you hear me? Kim, Boniface, I think you've got a network issue. So before he comes in, I was telling
my mic was off. You are hearing me?
I was telling you that for a long time. Yes, I can hear you now. Your mic has been off. Probably you've been talking on the background. Can you tell us who you've been talking to and what you've been saying? Because nobody has heard what you've been saying.
Yeah. Definitely. I could not realize that my mic was muted. I realized that it has been on mute when I checked on it. But again, well, when it comes to again to the position of Baba, I have read a comment here whereby the good here is saying that Kenya up and down is a metropolitan. It's all mixed. That's why I can't understand tribal. I think that tribalism is the major withdrawal that makes our country to go down, because Kenyans, they don't elect president or make a decision because the certain leader is perfect for the position. They elect because they are from that region and that person is their own. So even if someone has no qualities for being a leader, they will go for him because they are trying to support their own. I think if only Kenyans will change that mentality, then we'll be good and we'll have leaders who are good and able to pave ways and make sure the country governing is going on well. By only that, we keep away the mentality of tribalism. That is the only way we are going to make it and have good and quality leaders.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Mr. Bonnie. I don't know. This is a cancer in this country. It is something that we can't really get a formula to get rid of it. Perhaps we need I don't know whether it's prayers that we need, but prayers will not work. But this should be a consolidated effort from the churches who are doing a bit of nothing about it. The civil society barely talks about tribalism. They are interested in governance, but it is high time that they need to talk about tribalism as a priority. This is the number one cancer. This is the number one cancer that affects this country, because if the president is at the helm and one of his tribesmen is caught in corruption, you hear that their cases have been dropped. So that I've seen that in most of the regimes that we have had in our country. There is no time that somebody who has looted billions is taken, is jailed and sentenced in Kenya. And perhaps because they are well connected, and secondly, they come from your tribe. So tribe is what affects us most. You have seen in counties where they steal our money, our taxpayers' money. They steal and they burn the offices. When ESCC is coming to gather evidence, the offices is already raised to the ground. So basically, Kenyans, a good number of us are thieves. Yeah, sisi ni wezi. So hiyo mentality ya wizi tujui tutaitoa namna gani, but it is high time that we get rid of it, so that we have a good country ahead of us. So that is my take. Bonnie, we have done 1 hour 38 minutes, almost 40 minutes. I think we need to wind up the show and prepare for tomorrow. What is in stock for soccer next week? Or what do you have tomorrow?
Definitely tomorrow we have big matches. We have Kenya Premier League that is ongoing. We have the La Liga that is ongoing. We have the Bundesliga that is ongoing tomorrow. We have the most wanted league, that is the most precious league. I will term it as precious because most of Kenyans and most of people in the world, they like English Premier League. So tomorrow we have matches that is ongoing. It's today, by the way. Today, that is Kenyan time. We have a lot of matches that will take place today, and that is the Kenya Premier League, the EPL, that is the Bundesliga, La Liga, Italy Serie A, the Turkish league, and also the Netherlands league. So we have a lot of leagues that are going to take place, and also the Italy Serie A. So we have a lot of sports that is ongoing. Definitely, we're going to give them the updates and give them an analysis on what is going, and we feed them with the right content when it comes to the sport. So we have a big match.
I see. Liverpool are on top of the league with 57 points from 25 games.
Yeah. You see, Jurgen Klopp, that is the coach who heads Liverpool. He said that he's going to retire. He's going to leave the English Premier League. He feels that he has not energy again and again and again. So he's going to leave. So now they have played 25 matches.
Yeah, they played 25 matches. How many matches do they normally play before the end of the season?
They play only 38 matches.
So we have got 13 more games to go for the top teams. Most of the teams
we have
got
13 more games to go. So again, when you see them, they are on
which is your team?
Personally, I'm a diehard supporter of the Blues.
Don't be embarrassed. Which is it?
I'm Chelsea. I'm not embarrassed because I'm proud to be a Chelsea fan. We have won Champions League 2 times.
But right now you sit on number 10 on the table.
You know there is that change of regime. We changed regime from Roman Abramovich to Todd Bowley.
How many times has Abramovich sacked the coach and you still are on top?
Now, you know Roman Abramovich, he did not entertain those kind of things that are ongoing in the team right now. He could have sacked Mauricio Pochettino a long time ago.
Really?
And again, I didn't even get the mentality whereby the coach was even brought because he can even make the players play. But again, the coach has no winning mentality. The kind of tactics he's using, they are very poor. We saw them playing today. They tried, but again, they collected a draw in the Etihad Stadium. So the kind of the team that we was playing during Roman Abramovich era is totally different from Todd Ball era. But I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm a Chelsea fan for a long time. I have experienced all those trophies when they are winning for the UEFA Champions League. We only have two, of course. We have two UEFA Champions League. We have different Europas. Yeah, we are a big team. We have a Premier League. We have a conference. We have Carabao. We have FA. We are a big team. But we are going to, this is a new team. Now we sold all experienced players. So the players that we have right now, they don't have experience, but they are trying. I cannot blame all of them. They are trying.
Really?
Yeah, we are in the game number 25. We are trying. I hope we're going to make it.
Yeah, I think you are number 10, but you still have a chance. You still have a chance as the games progress, because at being at number 10 and you've already played, is it 25 games?
Yeah.
You've already played 25 games. So Chelsea has never been in that particular position for a long time. That is why it worries me among so many vocal Chelsea fans out there. This has been a very disappointing season for them, and we hope that things are going to change for the better. So I hope
Mr. Nick, what I can tell you is that the problem of Chelsea began when the Russia invaded Ukraine. That is the only problem that we started to experience, because basic argument that Roman Abramovich was a Russian, so he was forced to even sell the club and even move away from England, because the England government thought that they cannot condone staying with Roman Abramovich being as the owner of the club because of whatever was going on in the Russia. So the time that war started, that is the downfall of Chelsea. And again, there is no one who can even bring back Chelsea to the era we had during Roman Abramovich, unless this Todd Ball era is going to make sure that they play and get the experienced players. Because how come this coach who was brought, that is we have a lot of coaches that we are brought by this management. We have Todd Bowley, who has brought Lampard. He has brought Graham Potter. Now we have this guy who is Mauricio Pochettino, a coach who is tactless, a coach who even makes poor substitutions, a coach who even has no idea on who to bring in such a kind of time during the game. So we are very poor. Again, I agree that we are very poor. And if you get a good coach, now we know that Jose Mourinho is free. Let's go for him. Or Antonio Conte. Let's go for Antonio Conte, because that is the coach who knows how to make sure that the players they play and deliver good results in the game. So we will always need to remember that during Roman Abramovich, that is the time. During the war.
Chelsea today, you drew 1-1 TT. I think that was a good result for Chelsea. That was a very, very good result for Chelsea.
No. You know, Mr. Nick, I watched that game. And those guys, they played well, but they lost a lot of chances.
Oh, you mean you'd have won against Man City in Etihad? That's a very difficult game. I don't think there's any team that can win that team, can beat Man City at home. Not even Arsenal.
Man City is a very weak team. Actually, Wolverhampton Wanderers, they have already beaten them.
And Arsenal played with Man City.
Yeah, they have beaten them.
Arsenal beat Man City
Yes, 1-0.
at Etihad or at.
Emirates Stadium.
So we have got one more game against, or we are done with them.
No. Now that was the first leg.
Oh, that was the first leg. I believe the second leg they are going to be beaten by 5 goals to 1.
No way.
Arsenal are so unpredictable. I don't like Arsenal at the top of the league. I want Arsenal at number 3. Yeah.
You know, Arsenal, they have that defender. They have that defender who is very solid. William Saliba.
Oh,
That guy
Saliba
is
is
very
good. Yeah.
solid.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect guy.
Other results in the Premier League: Tottenham were beaten by Wolverhampton. The Wolves. Yeah, these
Yeah,
are
of
very
course.
good results for the Wolves. Away. They were away. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, Wolves, they are a good team. And I told you they always beat Manchester City.
Other results are Fulham versus Aston Villa. It ended 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. This Aston Villa side is proving to be a tough side to crack. Oh, West Ham were beaten by Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, that is now what we call a competition. That league is very competitive.
This
Premier
league is crazy. Newcastle was so dangerous. They drew with Bournemouth 2-2
Yes, that is what we call Premier
at
League.
home. I think Premier League is a very, very tough competitive league compared to other leagues. And, you know,
Yeah,
Pep,
very competitive.
that's why I respect Pep Guardiola when it comes to my best favorite team manager.
No. Why would you say that? Because that is a whole club. You know, Manchester City is a whole club. It has every money. It goes for quality players. So they cannot even nurture talents, young talents. You
Mhm.
see the kind of squad that Man City has.
Yeah, but
Squad.
they are playing for they pay them a lot of money, so they need to play to win.
So
So
that one cannot tell you that that is the best club because they always go for the quality players. So they use money to get those players.
tell me in your team, how many cheap players do you have in Chelsea? Or when Abramovich was at the helm, tell me how many people that he brought in.
But of course, I can count that we have.
He
I can
brought
count
in
that we have.
N'Golo Kante, was very expensively. He brought in Didier. Yeah.
Those are the guys. Those are the guys who left. So right now we have good players who come from academy. We have Trevor Chalobah. We have Reece James. We have
Mm-hmm.
Ben Chilwell. We have Gilchrist. We have those players who come from academy. We nurtured them at the age of 5. Until now, they are playing for the first team. So
Oh,
we
now.
bring those quality players so that they can make sure they can play for the team. But again, if you consider Manchester City from the goalkeeper, that is Henderson, all the way from Kyle Walker, all the way to Emmanuel Akanji, all the way
Mm-hmm.
to Kyle Walker, Emmanuel Akanji, Nathaniel Ake, Guvadiol, that is Rodri, that is Bernardo Silva, that is Kevin De Bruyne, that is Allen Brad Allen. The whole
Mm-hmm.
squad, that is a team that is bought from different destinations. That shows that that team has a lot of money because the kind of the amount of money they brought Alan, that is a lot of money. The amount of money they brought Kevin De Bruyne, that is a amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
a large amount of money. The amount of money that they took so that they can get Kovacic. Now you can see Kovacic was taken from Chelsea. They bought him from Chelsea, but he's not even anywhere to be featured, and that was a
Mm-hmm.
star. That one tells you that this is a oil club, a club that is composed of money. It is driven by money, dollars, because a club that always gets players and even misuses them. We saw a situation whereby Calvin Phillips, who was playing for Leeds, he was brought there for almost 2 years, but the number of games he has played, they can't even exceed 10. Why? Because when he came there, There was no position to play, and that is a good guy who can perform in the midfield, and he plays for the England national team until he was given on loan to West Ham. What does that tell us? It tells us that Manchester City is an old club, and they can get everything. They have won everything because the kind of players they get, they are the quality. They always go for the quality players because they have money. If you have money, Mr. Nick, let me tell you, if you have money, you can eat pizza. You can eat namachoma from the Serena Hotel. You can eat nyamachoma from the Ole Seren. You can eat nyamachoma from even the state of. So if you have money, you can do everything. But
Oh,
if you don't have money, you have to if you don't have money, use your githeri that you have. Use your modokoi, your kunde to build your energy so that you can go higher and get that energy so that you can reach to that point. It means that you have to make sure the kind of players you have, they are not experienced, but you have to make them to be experienced. So that is the difference between Man City and the whole entire Premier League. That's why they are dominating Premier League and even the UEFA Champions League, because the kind of players they have, they are the best and they play well, experienced. They are good in every dimension, physical. You can see the captain of Manchester City, that is the Kyle Walker. That guy is very firm. If you come in a physical way, he's going to slap you, or the kind of body is going to give you. You're going to even go cry because the guy is firm. We saw today when he was playing with Raheem Sterling, he was his former playmate because he was playing for Manchester City. Only Sterling can make Kyle Walker run faster because Sterling has those dribbles. But again, Kyle Walker is very strong. If you see the defense for Manchester City is very strong compared to defenses for other teams like Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester City, from even team A, B, and C. Even team C can even defeat Arsenal or Manchester United because the team is very perfect. They have the man. Again, you can relate with the situation I gave you that if you have money, you can eat everything, even in the streets of Nairobi, whereby people see that everything is expensive. You can eat there because you have money. Same way, if you have money, you can even withdraw a player. You can also get a player from Barcelona, Real Madrid. You see, they took Brad Allen from Borussia Dortmund, and that was a key player. Why? Because they have money. So you telling me that Manchester City is very good in this competition and that you like Pep Guardiola? That one, I will not buy that because those guys they come for the best players, and that's why they are doing well in those competitions. So I will not buy those comments that you think that just Pep is the best.
Wow, I like your passion about soccer. I mean, you are way top notch in your analysis of these clubs. It's only unfortunate that your team is not doing so well. Otherwise, you would have been all over us telling us how you people are champions. Let me just share with you how you are champions. This is the Chelsea that won uh, the Champions League. Yeah,
Yeah, that is 2012.
that was 2012.
Yeah, but that was 2012 finals.
Wow, that
We
team
had a
that team
coach.
was good.
That is the time we had Roberto Di Matteo.
Oh yeah, Di Matteo. But Chelsea also won with Abramovich the Champions League.
Yeah, that the second Champions League we won with Thomas Tuchel. But unfortunately, we won UEFA Champions League with Thomas Tuchel. We won Club World Cup. We won conference. We won a Super Cup with Thomas Tuchel because Thomas Tuchel, I understand that he had or what it intends to be a coach for Chelsea. But again, the misunderstanding between Thomas Tuchel and the management, that is the Todd Bowley. It is the one that made him to be quitted from the club. Thomas Tuchel did not even want to be controlled by the management because he knew what he wanted in the team. And again, there was a problem between Thomas Tuchel and that American guy. You know, Christian Pulisic was American, and those guys who are now owning Chelsea are Americans. You know, most of Americans now, Nick, you stay in America, but you know that most of Americans they are more profit oriented than anything else. So these Americans,
Yeah.
they are more
Let
focused
me
on profits.
let me tell you the funny story about Americans and soccer. First, when I came here, I was looking for a team to coach soccer because I am a coach by the way, Mr. Kimanzi, if you didn't know. So I ran around trying to get a club for so many years. I didn't get one, but I think the first person I met as a coach was a Ghanaian who we were working with. I think we worked only for the first day. The first day we were to meet at the pitch. He picked me up from my house. Then we went to the pitch. I saw his sessions of training, and I think it ended up there. We didn't really go much with him into coaching, but he's out there. He's called Louis. So to cut the long story short, I eventually got a team to coach, and we went unbeaten for a whole season with this particular team and won the particular trophy in my county. What I realized when I was coaching American soccer is that American soccer, they do have a break. You know, a break where most of my team, my team would score a team like maybe 5, 6 goals. When you score 6 goals, it is a rule. It's called the rule of. I'll give you the name. Inanipotelea kidogo. It's like the rule of leniency. Yeah, you have to remove one player from your team, akae bench, ndio muendelee na game because you are too tough for this other side. Ukifunga bao ingine, you remove one of your players again. So if you're playing 11 people and you are too tough, you might end up in 9 or 7 people on the pitch if you are very tough to your opponents. So it's called fair play. They call it fair play, and that is where that goes on for a long time. And I was shocked that this something like that happens. So sisi mimi kama coach ametoka Kenya naambia gonga kabisa twanga hao, but you see for them they don't want that. They don't want that. When you beat a team, you should be fair. At least let them score. So each and every time the referee would be looking for penalties for this other team, and I'll be getting so mad. But he's telling me you're already leading by 5 goals. Even if I give them one penalty or two, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that is how they look at soccer. And again, the MSL League, that is now the National League. The National League, there's no team that is relegated. All the teams play that league at that level. Hakuna relegation at all. So you'll find the same team. So the league is not very competitive. People are like they play for fun, but there's a competition going on. I wish they could be relegated so that we see a lot of competition in the American League. So the American League, in terms of soccer, they would have been a powerhouse because everybody in the world is here. Ikuwe ni Spanish, ikuwe ni Mexican, ikuwe ni Puerto Rico, ikuwe ni Africa, all of them are here. America would have been a powerhouse in soccer, but they have not invested a lot of time in soccer. They have put a lot of effort in their football. So soccer is now trying to grow in this particular country. So that is the reason why sometimes you find them looking at the profits other than the game. You see, they have got the money to buy those clubs out there. So they'll buy them because of the profits. They don't really enjoy the game the way you are enjoying it. But if it was American football, let me tell you, they would buy the best player so that they can rip off. They don't enjoy soccer at all. Very few Americans enjoy soccer. Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you that this management that came to Westers. They come to Westers because they don't even focus on on football. They focus on profit, because if they sell a player
Okay.
like, for example,
Okay.
when they sold players like N'Golo Kante, you know,
Mhm.
when those guys came, they sold the whole experienced team, the first 11 team,
Mm.
so that they can get the money, because those guys were very expensive. You remember they sold Jorginho, they sold Golkante, they sold Kai Havertz, they sold Timo Werner, they sold Eduardo Mendy, they sold Cesc Azpilicueta, they sold Marcos Alonso, they sold Christensen. Entire team that won the UEFA Champions League was sold. Why? Because they wanted to get money from those players. Now they brought those small guys there who don't have experience. Now we are suffering, we as fans, because those guys, they play football here, they don't know the experience of the Premier League. Now we are suffering. Why? Because the change of ownership. And again, I have read comments here. There was a problem between Roman Abramovich and the UK government, and that is the main reason that made him to hand over the shareholders of the Chelsea Football Club. Well, that is a change of reign, and we have to adapt it. I am reading comments here, and good here is saying that Pep has been in Kenya 2 times, and I love watching MSL. David Beckham bought a club there. Yeah, nice. You know, we have those Americans who value football. And again, the problem that made Thomas Tuchel to be sacked was because he wanted to bench or keep that American guy who is Christian Pulisic uh, uh, in at the bench, and those guys, they wanted to see their Americans, their own guy playing. That was the main reason, because it was early in the morning. I wake up. I was working from where I was working. So I wake up, and before I took shower, I saw that post that Thomas Tuchel has been sacked from nowhere. Even there was no press. We were doing good. We are in the number 5, but again he was sacked without a reason. Why? Those guys don't like him because he didn't want to be controlled. So that is the downfall for Chelsea. So going back to where we were, is that EPL is very competitive, and most people like it because everything there looks so perfect, and the talents we have there, those clubs, the big 5, they give every person who watches the football the momentum to always nurture talent. Because if you see someone like the Kobe Maino, who plays for Manchester United, now is being recognized as the top midfielder who is very young. Now, if Kobe Maino can make it from the streets of Ghana, Accra, then again we can also get someone from the street of Kariobangi, who can become the top midfielder in the world. So
Wow.
everything is possible.
Wow. Wow. Can we now wind up, because we have done 2 hours and 5 minutes? I think it has been a great show. We've captured the political moment in 2 minutes. Can you say your parting shot so that I let you sleep and also get a cup of hot coffee?
Oh, Mr. Nick,
Mm.
what I can say is that let's impress on what we want it to happen in our country when it comes to politics. Let's now make sure the person we are going to elect is going to change the situation of the country. Because as we see in our country, every citizen, even the mama boga, is crying. So what do you do? Let's make sure that the mama boga who is crying because of the high taxation, because of this housing bill, and a lot of things that are happening, things are regulated well, and we will move on well. And again, when it comes to sports, let's make sure that we nurture those young talents in the deep state, the talents that are found in the remote areas. Make sure that we bring them into the exposure so that they can get those trainings, and also they can get to be known. When they are known, now they can be signed by the big teams so that they can start earning, because a talent, most of people nowadays, they're depending on talents for their survival. So you can see me here. I depend on my mouth for my survival. When I talk, I earn money. So talents are very many.
Okay. On that note, thank you very much, Mr. Kimanzi. Viewers, we come to an end to our political talk show. It has been a pleasure being with you on the comment section, and those who are out there watching us from various platforms that we have subscribed to, including Mtembei TV. Thank you very much for watching this particular channel. But we want you, even as you watch, keep on subscribing on Afrique24. Again, I have put the email for Afrique24 there. It's afriqued24hours@gmail.com. If you have got any comment, if you've got any kind of talent, if you need some exposure to be exposed out there, that you have got talent, please get in touch with us. We'll give you the platform, and without any bias, we'll give you the platform to air your views or to air your talent, because there are so many Kenyans out there, and this is the main YouTube channel where you can put on whatever you want out there for people to look at, especially if you are talented in art, if you're talented in, if you've got knowledge in academics that you need to share, if you've got some information in medicine, in the medical field, if you are an herbalist that is looking forward for free airtime, we will give you an opportunity to come and air your views here on Afrique. So long as you're authentic, so long as you are genuine, so long as you are going to be a positive, you are going to bring a positive impact to the people of Kenya and around the world, we will give you that particular chance. So don't hesitate to email afriqueq24hours@gmail.com. The email is out there. Please share our link widely. Share this information with your friends. Tag anybody that you want to tag so that they can be part of this wonderful family. Thank you, Goodyear. You've been a good ambassador for Afrique. Thank you for keeping us company. And we have informed the management of Afrique that we need this particular program on time, and all our programs on time, so that we don't keep our viewers waiting. For those who have been in the comment section, thank you. And asanteni sana. Gilbert Kosgei, we want you to come to the channel. We agree with your opinion that Kalonzo Atoshi Mboga, or what? Yeah, you had said something to that effect. The only person mwenye anapea Kalonzo headache, Ruto headache ni Raila Odinga. Kalonzo awezi ama Atoshi Mboga. That was echoed by Boniface Kimanzi, who has been a very able panelist in this particular discussion. He agreed, being an ODM supporter, he agreed that Kalonzo will not give Ruto any headache. I also see it that way. Azimio needs to up its game. Every day things change. The dollar has gone down. You are hoping that the cost of living will not go down. It will soon go down, and you will have nothing to talk about in 2027. So you need to up your game. You need to really up your game if you want some significant change in this particular country called Kenya. Viewers, we love our country so much. That's why we are always here talking about Kenya. You are always there giving us that company so that we may give you the right information about what is happening in the country. With that, I leave you with a word saying that mubaki salama na Mungu awe nanyi mpaka kesho wakati mtakutana na Boniface na Leo na wengineo wale watakuwa katika political discussion. Remember, tomorrow we are having the powerful prayer show hosted by Pastor Mburu. We are also having the land show, the unlocking the land dilemma in Kenya. Kama uko na shida ya title deed, shida ya mambo ya mashamba, kesho we will be playing, we'll be hearing that particular session that we did last time on unlocking the land dilemma in Kenya. We realize that watu wako na shida ya shamba, especially those in the diaspora, get in touch with us. We will give you the direction on how you can get a clean parcel of land in Kenya or anywhere in the world, because we have engineer Florence giving you the directive. She has worked with the lands office for more than 30 years, and she brings that expertise for free on a free. Otherwise, you would have been paying for it. Otherwise, asanteni sana na muwe na usiku.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Nick.